morning marked the launch of the immigration portal. Full house, lots of excitement and lots of opportunities associated with what that portal can do for Northumberland. From employment opportunities to business attraction, the portals, we believe, our answer or our first step in trying to create a culture and atmosphere that welcomes new Canadians to Northumberland.
I must say that it takes a county and even beyond to develop a portal such as Welcome to Northumberland. WelcomeToNorthumberland.ca. Let me first recognize the members of our stakeholders committee, whose energy and enthusiasm carried this project to completion. They provided direction and guidance to the development of the portal and helped shape the content. They gave us valuable feedback and were very quick to comment on issues that had to be resolved very quickly. And the portal certainly benefited from their collective input, talent, and expertise. And they are representing many community agencies and organizations, such as Northumberland United Way, Workforce Development Board, Trinity United Church, the Coburg Public Library, the New Canadian Center, which is a settlement agency that serves this area, Watton Employment Services, Newcomer Bulletin, Coburg Police, and the Northumberland Business Advisory Council. And their names are up there. Can you please give them a applause? I must also thank the volunteer members of the Newcomer Advisory Group who help us develop a core of best practices when we evaluate immigration portals across Ontario. With their input, together with the feedback that we received from the community, early on we recognized the emergence of a new generation of web users who have increasingly turned to handheld devices and social media instead of the usual desktop and laptop computers to receive information on immigration and settlement. We are therefore grateful to these people: Rosa Ortega Terrell, Thelma and Terry Dillon, Luzavita Maya, Tamara Hungerduk, Carmela Valles, Dean Lesler, and Anka Pascara. And we are also grateful to the 11 newcomers and long-time immigrants who were very fantastic and very ready to share their beautiful stories of arrival and integration in our community. There was not a moment of hesitation when I asked them to participate in the project. Unfortunately, as Chris would know, it's very hard to capture a story, and therefore you could only get 3 or 4 minutes of the story. So I hope this morning you will find time to talk to them, because their stories tell of the strength of community, acceptance, and sense of belonging that they found in Northumberland, and that's why they're staying. And there's also a dream team behind this project, and I started the IT department of the county, led by Larry Dean, and also thanks to Kathy Hanna, who was very generous with her time in uploading the videos and photos, and also to Chase Smith at Peace Solutions, who's here with us today, Heather Stark, who helped us with the research and writing of the content, and Chris Oliver, the now famous Chris Oliver of CCO Productions, who created these wonderful, wonderful videos. And lastly, but equally important, more important actually, is the Ministry of Immigration and Citizenship, Ministry of Citizenship and Immigration, for the funding that we received through the program called Municipal Immigration Information Online. And I hope I'm not missing names. And lastly, to Dan, the economic director, who on my first day told me, if it's for the portal, then the answer is always yes. And I hope he's not regretting the decision. So let me, I'm sure I'm regretting names, and I apologize for that, but thank you for all your support. I'm going to end quickly by giving us or summarizing the reasons why we need a portal for Northumberland County. Okay. One is that an immigration portal makes Northumberland, that's just a late slide, makes Northumberland a very welcoming community to newcomers and investors. Northumberland County, being a rural area, we suffer from the general misconception that rural areas have very little to offer in terms of economic opportunities and newcomer settlements, and that living in a rural area such as Northumberland leads to greater social isolation. And I hope that Welcome to Northumberland County, with its 330 links thus far, will challenge that notion, will challenge that idea, and maybe diminish the power of that misconception. Two is the portal supports the county's thrust of creating economic opportunities. And third is that as a portal, it serves as an information gateway, and hopefully it will foster some sort of integrated services between community agencies and promote partnerships and relationships between community service providers. And last is that the portal serves to amplify broader goals of immigration attraction and retention of the Ministry of Citizenship and Immigration at the municipal level. Thank you for coming.
I think, I think we're offering the alternative in terms of, as one of our video speakers indicated, the thought of writing home or texting home and saying there are trees, there are birds in the trees, there's this sort of feeling of comfort, safety, are maybe part of that, but also sense of community. That is a big part of this, which and we're very much aware that cultural communities tend to group together. But I think by suggesting that there's a welcoming atmosphere as an alternative, we may just be that.
If you're wondering what our next steps are, there are a couple of opportunities that we're in the process of engaging in. The first one is a Northumberland Immigration Forum, which is being planned for Wednesday, June the 5th at the Best Western Hotel here in Coburg. Certainly, as Dindin formulates the agenda for that, it's an opportunity in particular for us to bring employers to the table to give them some indication of what opportunities exist for them in Northumberland, and how important the relationship between welcoming newcomers and new Canadians to our communities will be the next wave for our own economic renewal. Secondly, the other bullet that you see on there is newcomer radio. Occasionally you have to have fun, and amongst this whole process of putting the portal together, in his activities in terms of reaching out and creating relationships, has brought forward a number of professional journalists and radio broadcasters, news and media and writers together, who we believe have a real opportunity to make use of the portal in the form of newcomer radio. And to be completely crass, we're looking at newcomer radio broadcasting live from the Big Apple. That Big Apple. And because the portal has the capacity to stream out, I think it's a tremendous opportunity for individuals who are calling Northumberland home to speak about their experiences here and broadcast live into their countries of origin. So that's business plans being formulated for that, and we hope to see that become an integral part of what we're about to do here. We certainly don't do anything, nothing about this particular portal is tombstone data. It is very much live, and it has an opportunity to do very, very many things. Maybe just in closing, on behalf of myself and Dindin, certainly we'd like to thank all the volunteers who made this happen, because it certainly wouldn't have happened without your contribution, and it speaks well to how we both attract and respect those individuals who come from different countries and come here, and how we can support them. I'd also like to put in a personal plug for Chris Oliver, who's tucked away in the back corner, because between he and Dindin and Carrie Spry, who's not here today, walking into somebody's home and suggesting that, hi, we're here to videotape you, and we'd like to know what your experience is here in Canada, without a script, has its moments. And what it's done is built all kinds of relationships, and as you can see, tells all kinds of stories. So thank you very, very much. And even more so, both Carrie and Chris are local.